Well, right now, many are mourning the loss of a soldier who died fighting for freedom on the exact same day that freedom is celebrated. 18-year-old Private First Class Errol Elijah Milliard died after his unit was attacked with a rocket-propelled grenade in Afghanistan. ABC 3340's Haley Westbrook spoke with those who knew him best tonight, and she is in the newsroom now with more. Haley, thank you very much. Very touching story. In other news, many military families in Alabama are bracing for another round of furloughs. They are expected to go into effect Monday because of federal budget cuts. Military technicians will be furloughed 88 hours before the end of the fiscal year, which is in September. The National Guard says those furloughs will affect almost 1,000 households. The Alabama National Guard will lose over $4 million. Today, family and friends said a final goodbye to twin brothers who were murdered more than a week ago. 17-year-olds Jonathan and Jeremy Berry died when suspects forced their way into their house and shot them. Their mother, Latasha Berry, was also shot and is now paralyzed from the waist down. She was temporarily released from the hospital to attend her son's funeral today at Friendship Baptist Church in Brighton. Friends of the family say they're just saddened by the violent nature of their deaths.
Our hearts are heavy today in the face of a senseless tragedy, and we trust that people will come together with their senses, their best self, and exercise the respect and dignity for human life.
26-year-old Stanley Chapman and 21-year-old Crystal Nelson have been charged with the twins' murders. At least 2 are dead and dozens more injured after a flight bound from South Korea crashed upon landing at San Francisco International Airport earlier today. ABC's Brandy Hitt has the latest details. Welcome back to the News at 10. News in your world tonight. In Egypt, President Adli Mansour now is backing away from an announcement of a possible prime minister. President Mansour's office had said he was naming an interim prime minister, but later denied those reports. The move comes after anger grows among supporters of President Mohamed Morsi, who is now in prison. A new prime minister and other ministers could be announced as soon as tomorrow. There are still protests and battles between supporters of the ousted president and his opponents. A toddler is dead tonight after being left inside a hot vehicle in Maryland. One of those stories that just grabs you. A relative of the 16-month-old was supposed to take the girl to daycare. Instead, he drove home and took a nap, leaving the girl in her car seat. She was inside this truck for 4 hours. Police believe it was an accident, that the man intended to go pick the toddler up when he realized she was still in the truck. It was 88 degrees outside. The temperature inside the truck was much higher.
Keep your fingers crossed, but I think Friday and Saturday we might manage sunny sky.
I'm going to be optimistic. You have to do the rainy days to enjoy the sunny days.
And hey, I'll take the 70s in July.
Absolutely. It beats the 90s, hundreds even. I'm good with it.
Any positive, yes.
Thank you so much for that, Ashley. Well, so much was going on this July 4th, from cookouts to fireworks. So tonight for Saturday Snapshots, we wanted to see how you and your family spent this Independence Day. We know the weather wasn't very cooperative for all of areas, but it still seems like many of you were able to get out and celebrate. We got tons of pictures on our Facebook page tonight. People grilling out with loved ones, fireworks. We also got lots of people decked out in their red, white, and blue. Look at that little cutie right there in the middle. Thank you all so much for all of these pictures tonight, and all of us here at ABC 3340 wish you and your family had a fun and safe July 4th. Look at that, best one for last right there. Thank you so much for all of those. Well, coming up next in sports, sparks were flying in Daytona tonight. Jeff Spiegel has highlights of the Sprint Cup race, and Urban Meyer fired back at those critical of the way he coached Aaron Hernandez, a former Gator who's been charged with murder. Stick with us.
And Jeff Gordon in some trouble. He dropped to 14th in the points.
14th in the points. Come on, Jeff. Got to turn that around,
I
buddy.
know.
He's a family favorite of mine. All right, well, Jeff and Ashley, what do you want to be doing when you are nearing the age of 100?
Wow.
Any takers?
Breathing?
Most of us probably just want to be, kicking back, living on the beach, living a quiet life. Who knows? But that is far the case from one Connecticut woman who still works full-time, slinging drinks at a bar. Looks like a White Russian right there. Like a great bottle of scotch. See what I did there? 98-year-old Angie McLean has been aged to perfection. She pours drinks at Panama Joe's Cafe in Bridgeport. McLean says she started bartending when she was just 17 years old to supplement her income working at General Electric, and she celebrates every holiday by dressing up and never grows tired of the job she loves.
So how much longer do you think you'll be doing this for?
As long as I live.
As long as I live. Wow, good for you. McLean works 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. She takes full ownership of the bar where she bartends.
Did you see her shooting pool, too? She probably
That's
hustles a
impressive.
few games of pool.
She's been around since she was 17 doing that, so she's probably got a few trick shots up her sleeve.
98-year-old woman taking your money. It's tough to live with.
Don't be fooled.
I hope I can still walk at 98. Well, that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for being with us here on ABC 3340 News at 10 o'clock. Your next local news tomorrow with Miss Honora Gathings at 5 o'clock. We'll see you then.